Hey, what's up? This is Lori, and this is my week 1 wrap-up of my emotional fitness challenge. And I have to say, I'm so glad that I'm doing this because I have been stumbling left and right, just like a 1-year-old learning how to walk. I feel like I'm catching myself with my actions, and I'm asking myself, is this a supportive and nurturing action, or is this a sabotaging or negative action? And I'm thinking about the words that I'm using. Am I gossiping, or am I controlling or trying to persuade in any way? And in my thoughts and my stories, when I'm talking on the phone to someone, do I have a story about who this person is and how they are? And with my feelings of being non-reactive, I just felt all of the above, of just like very stumbly. I had moments of just feeling very centered, and then I felt like, whoa, tumbling down and kind of right back in that old groove. I guess the best way to describe this is if you can think of a record player where the needle is set on a particular groove in the record and it just runs so long that when I'm picking up the needle and moving it into a new way of being, it's wanting to slip back into that old way of being. And it's just, I keep picking myself up and moving over and picking myself, saying, no, this is not how I am being. This is how I want to be. And starting to keep that cycle going. But it was definitely a challenge. And I think in the beginning I was thinking of like perfection, like I'm going to be so slow and so intentional that I just don't stumble. However, there's no such thing as perfection. It really is just a practice. And the more you practice, the better you master. When you're taught to parent your children, they tell you not to spank and yell at them. Rather, when they're doing something that you don't want to see your child do, you just simply remove them from that environment and redirect them onto something else. And I feel like I'm doing that with myself right now in this challenge. I see myself right here. I'm removing and refocusing my mindset, my intentions, my beliefs, my feelings, all of the above. So I think this week was just fantastic that I even had the awareness to just catch myself. And what I'm learning most, and if I'd love to give you any tidbits of something, some advice to take with you, maybe to practice this week as you're going along, is being non-reactive and giving yourself time to react, giving yourself time to process. So even when, say, my children's father would say something to me and the initial was like, eh, instead I was like, okay, calm down. Don't say anything. Let's not be so reactive. And so that's where I'm at right now, and I am looking forward to getting better. However, I'd love to inspire you this week, if you could, think about how reactive you are and if you can avoid being reactive to the things that show up in your life. Because as Wayne Dyer says, nobody knows enough to be a pessimist. So when things show up in your life, they very well may be the blessings that you've been wanting. However, you're just looking at them in a slightly different view. So if you just switch them and realize nobody knows enough to be a pessimist, and be a little bit more optimistic, so you're not so reactive when things come at you and you think that it's a negative thing, you can recontextualize it and turn it and not be so reactive and think like, ugh, this is not what I want, and realize like, hey, how could this be the best thing for me? How can I make the most of this? Anyway, that's where I'm at this week. I've got so much more that I'm working on and sharing, but this is definitely a muscle that needed strengthening, and I am enjoying the journey because there's just so much awareness it's showing up everywhere in a way that I've never really taken the time to just really focus and refocus and refocus. So it's empowering, it's exciting, and it's challenging. So I'm all about that. Thank you so much for watching, and more to come soon, guys. Bye-bye.